for us, it's going to be, quality of product. How quickly can we get the product to our location, and cost, obviously. Everything else, customer service, all that falls in line with that as well. But I think those would be the top three. Really, is quality and service, and how quickly product can arrive at our location. We never know when we're going to need something, or if anything, if we run out of something. It's manufacturing is a tricky beast. So
yeah.
I never know when something's going to be completely eliminated, and we have to jump quick and get product here. So
yeah,
I'd say those are our top items.
Yeah, okay, no, that's good, especially food manufacturing as well. You got to have your mission critical stuff handy right away.
You've checked all the boxes. We have not had any issues at our location since I can remember. We've done price comparison. We've gone through that a few times with Travis. He's been great at sending over, price reductions when they're there, when they're available. Also, when we start looking at the RFP process once a year, we've reviewed numbers, and every time he's come in line and come below the competitors. So that makes me happy. Plus the added service that we get, especially the service that Travis provides with coming to the plant and doing physical inventories and managing the min-max that we had set. I think all that combined just adds to that service and that quality. And it's really been a savior for me, where I don't have to go out, or I don't have any of my employees having to go out there and manage it and deal with it on a daily basis. So it frees up a lot of time on our side, on the purchasing side of things. So so overall, I've not had any issue with Amerison. Actually, we're very happy with the service as of today's date.
Awesome. That's good to hear.
It's great. I mean, it makes everything so much easier and comfortable, and just it speeds up the process. Having that extra added touch. It's not just just adding it into a screen and saying, this is what I want. Travis and Paul especially, if you're out of something, he'll offer something similar that we can use, as opposed to just getting that generic email saying, hey, you're out of this, and sorry, reorder it next week, or when it comes back into stock. So I think the dynamic that you have with both Travis and Paul, and working with our team, that's pretty much what kind of nails it all together, is the communication and the options. If for some reason you do run out of product, which happens, having that availability of other items helps a lot. Keeps us stocked.
And then you mentioned running out of supplies as well. Has there been any of those scenarios where you sort of Monday morning dread, you get in and you're out of this, and how have they helped you navigate that?
I would like to say no, that's never happened before, but but it does happen. We run out of hairnets, gloves, things like that. Production will. For a while there, we were producing 6 days a week, and sometimes even 7 days a week. So we were cranking, full steam ahead. And so it was harder to manage that inventory and just keeping stock. So Travis quickly jumped on that. We had a conversation. We increased, for the time being, we increased our min-max to get us through the hump. And then once we saw that production started shifted back down, we started lowering our stock quantities. But it happens. I mean, you never know when the day is going to come that they overuse something, or they let's say they get some boxes wet or damaged or anything like that throughout our day. But Travis is pretty quick to respond to that, make sure we get product restocked. And that's exactly what we want. We want kind of that partnership, right?
Hmm.
So make sure that we both have the right partnership going. I understand what it is that you need as a company, and you understand what I need. And I think the last two sessions that we've had, yeah, if we've taken things out of it that work for both of us, and continue strengthening the relationship. Yeah, it helps. It we definitely have some interesting requirements, I think, on some of our items, and we've challenged it a little bit as well. But our quality is pretty top notch, and so it's very understandable why they need what they need, and why it has to be a certain mill or certain thickness, or why we require certain things. So yeah, it's good to know that that product is specifically for us. We're not going to run out because you're making it for us. So you're going to keep it in stock, and we'll need it. So yeah, no, it definitely adds that extra touch to it.
Yeah.
I know you're not
Awesome.
going to sell my 5 mil gloves. I'm just shooting a number out there to the guy down the street when I need them next week. So I'll
Yeah.
have stock and I won't be out. It really was actually, it really, I think if we go back to pandemic times when we're going through that, it was good to know that our stock was there and we didn't run out through that time. When other suppliers failed us because they weren't keeping any stock, you actually had some in stock to keep us going. So it worked. It worked well. Those long lead times and getting product in were minimal with the marathon. So yeah, I appreciated that and still do.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we are extremely grateful for our supply team. They did an incredible job, and we didn't let anyone down in COVID. So
Yeah,
very
they
grateful
really
for
did.
them.
Yeah, they really
Yeah.
did. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I would let them know the value that you offer. It's rare to find that in a company that has that service. Like I was saying earlier, with Travis doing the inventory and managing that, and we set those expectations. We set that, our min and max. We still review it. We still issue the POs, so we know where we need to stay within our inventory levels. But having to remove that from our day to day, that is a big savings, I think, in my side. Not just time, but also money, and less tying up employees doing all that manual work. So yeah, I would definitely recommend just for that piece alone. Um, and again, also the pricing has been very consistent. I like, I like when Travis comes to me and say, "Hey, I'm going to give you a savings. We're lowering cost on this," as opposed to me having to come every year saying, "Hey, where can we save some money?" I prefer, the other way around,
Yeah.
because it makes me, know that you actually value me as your customer, and taking care of me, and you're looking for savings before I even have to ask for it. So
Mm. Yeah.
it's been a good partnership, and I would definitely recommend a marathon in the future.
Awesome. No, really appreciate that.